I think that I would argue that men are seeking connection, and they just seek it through sex. And there's still, even if it's temporary, even if it's just a moment, when you're having sex with somebody, there is a connection happening there, and it's this connected euphoria. It's this connected good, just feeling pleasure. And for some, it might be temporary, but that's still that. And I think that it becomes a little more toxic because men aren't really taught how to just connect and to enjoy.
When we allow ourselves to, we can have connections. So few and far between. There's a woman every once in a while that we really like, and it goes beyond the sex. Because I mean, it's a connection, obviously, when you have sex with somebody. But I think when it goes away so quickly after you come, I question, was that really a connection, or is that me connecting to my pleasure and you're just the vessel there making it feel good? But am I really connecting with you, or I'm connecting with how good I'm feeling in this moment?
Yeah.
It's not the person. It's like the experience. The person is just going along for the ride.
Yeah, and that's what I mean about it becoming toxic.
Yeah, because I don't think men connect with women so easily, because I think our goals are different when we have sex. Typically, obviously, men absolutely, connect with women and their goals go beyond sex. But I'm talking about in general terms, so we can actually have a conversation about this and get somewhere. I feel like a man's goal is self-serving. It's all ego-driven. It's, I'm going after this sex so it can validate me as a man, as opposed to I want to have sex with this woman because I'm interested in her. I feel connected to her. I want to share our energy so that we can connect more and, build something here or do something here. That's not really how we lead a lot of times. We lead with, okay, she look good. I like to fuck. I like to get that. Let me get another body. Let me get another number. Oh yeah, I hit that. So you could brag about it. Oh yeah, I hit that. Yeah, that was.
But even in that bragging about it, then it's another form of trying to get connection and trying to be validated in that way with your boys.
Yeah.
It's again just toxic ways of connection. And I think we just talked about in the toxic ways women do it. It's almost like, I think at our core, women are seeking connection and seeking longevity, but it could also be that we're using sex to kind of force it. Like, okay, well, if I fuck him good enough and I give him this part of me, then maybe he'll want to stay. And over time, we can build that connection, like by proxy.
I think that's where y'all get into trouble too, because there are times, like, like I said, every once in a while, there's, a woman that comes along where you're interested. She really did something different that makes you, what makes her come up on your radar. And when we do get there, a lot of times, because a woman has it built in her DNA, I want the whole thing and all, like, this deeper connection, like, and it's already painted out what that's supposed to look like. Because we're not there yet, there's a disconnect because y'all want something completely different than us. Yeah. And y'all are like trying to do it right now. And we're not on the same page with what our goals even are.
Yeah, and it's okay to not even be on the same page, but where it becomes a problem is people aren't communicating that.
And it's also like the intention. For me, it's like, well, why? Like, because I would hate when I'll be dating someone for a couple weeks, maybe we're like 6 weeks in, 2 months in. It's early, and it's cool. Like, we're having a good time, but we're not clearly like blast off. This is not like me and you where it's immediate take off. Like, we know what time it is. It's cool. We feeling it out. We're having a good time. We're getting to know each other. And all of a sudden they start asking these questions like, where is this going? It's only been 2 months. What do you mean where it's going? We're doing a thing right now. It's cool. Holla at me in 4 months, 6 months. Let's see what this looks like. And it's like, you start fucking it up. You start doing things to try to put us in this place that we're not trying to go.
Yeah, but I also think it's just almost a waste of time because it's like, okay, like I love the quote, don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. It's just like you're holding up the line like 2 months. That's 2 months. You got 2 months of my time and my attention that I'm not giving to someone else. And if you're not even trying to get there, if you're not even trying to be on the same page with me, then leave me alone. Let me move on.
But I'm going to give you 2 months of an amazing experience with someone real who you will enjoy their company. You'll feel safe in my company. You'll feel like you can be yourself in my company and you can grow in some way as a person and you're good here. So it's not just, I gave you...
For how many more months?
Let's see where it goes. That's a great question. Let's fucking see.
Okay.
But you see, like, don't fuck up the ride. You trying to rush the ride. I'm here. Because it's one thing if a dude is on some bullshit, he's not doing nothing. He's giving bare minimum effort, then but I'm talking about somebody who's showing up and is actually a good person. Let it rock.
Well, you're talking about someone who's actually a good person and showing up and showing you these different ways about yourself and having an amazing experience. That's rare.
Well, so I can only speak for my goddamn self.
Whatever.
Shit. I'm just
saying that's rare. So a woman comes across that, then absolutely that question is going to be, well, where is this going? Because I don't want you to go anywhere. Because if you go anywhere, I'm gonna run into 7 more of not you.
So then that means you gotta understand the realities of the world. Don't be living in Disneyland.
I don't think it's living in Disneyland to want to have that conversation, to want to figure out early on, is longevity something you're seeking? Because if it's something that I'm really adamant about right now, I'm wanting a relationship in my life and you're just wanting to fuck around, I feel like after 2 months, you'll still know if that's your mindset. And I want to know that.
No, it's a valid question. Absolutely valid question. You know, I'm all for the conversation. So I think it's completely fine with asking the question. But when I answer you and I tell you I'm not ready for that right now, I like this. I don't want you to go anywhere. Let's see where this can go. I feel like because y'all have this idea of what that's supposed to look like, and maybe more women are not open to alternate ways of doing a relationship, or for instance, or being open to, hey, we're in a dating phase right now. People are going to date. He's going to date other people. You have the right to do the same as well. But I feel like because it's not that, it's like, well, either take it right now because I'm asking you so we can do this thing, or if I say no, then it's over. Now it's a problem.
I understand what you mean.
There's no room for us to get there. Mm-hmm. If I'm being honest with you, hey, I'm not ready for that. I like this. Let's keep on. Y'all don't want to hear that shit. Now he's fucking around all these women, blah, blah, blah. You start getting in your head and the shit go crazy and then go left in another 3 weeks. That's what I'm talking about. Instead of pump your brakes, this is cool. Let's not fuck this up. Let's get some more months. Let's continue to build this connection so you can help me make a decision on if you are somebody I want in my life 5 years from now, start a family with. I need time.
No, I think time is definitely something that everybody deserves. And also I think that being realistic about where you are, like I think early 20s, you want to have that conversation, absolutely pump your brakes. But I'm talking about people in their late 20s, people in their early 30s, people in their 40s. It's like that conversation has to happen a lot quicker. Like, where are you? What's going on? Like, I'm wanting to figure this out. And if you're still in the space of, well, I still want to date some more and I want to settle down, I want to at least have a time frame of, okay, you want to like, let's pump our brakes, let's take some more time and have a few more months. Cool. When can we have the conversation? And I feel like if it was approached that way of like, I just need a set time of when we can really approach this conversation, so I at least know what's going on. Because a lot of men who aren't ready are leading women on who are ready, but those women are so good and so lovely that y'all don't want to let them go, and so that they can find whatever longevity that they're seeking, because you're unprepared for it.
And that's not cool either. Definitely not a stringing along. You should be able to give a clear answer on, hey, I don't know right now. I don't know. Let's have another conversation in 2 months and hold me to that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it again.
And I think that's fair.
That's fair.
Like, oh, okay, you don't know right now? Bet. We're having a great time. Let's just enjoy it. But in 2 months, be ready to have that conversation.
That's
and if
fair.
the answer is you still don't know, be ready to let me go.
That's fair.
So I feel like a lot of men are wasting women's time who are ready to move forward. And like at a certain time, women's clocks start ticking. It's like we only have but so many years when we can just procreate if we decide to. Men, y'all can just, my dad had me at 56 years old. Like, give me a break. Y'all have way more time. And
He's
y'all
56?
He was 56.
I never knew the age.
Yeah. He's 56. But yeah, like, I just feel like the time should be respected and reciprocated.
No, absolutely. I think 2 months looks very different than 4 months. When it's somebody you've been kicking it with, where you know, like, this is a good situation. It's clear this is a good situation. I'm not talking about questionable ones. I'm talking about where you know it's clearly a good situation, and you know, just allowing time to unfold. 4 months, you got a good idea where you want to take things.
I feel like I like threes. I used to work in jewelry, and we said everything happens in threes. 3 months, you should know if you want them to be your girlfriend, and 3 years is the max before you get engaged.
90 days sounds nice. If it, you know, that's that nice number. I need to get one more because it's like the cliche. Let me get past 90. Let me go. What is it? 120 days. 120 days.
120 days sounds wild.
That's not even crazy.
It sounds wild.
It sounds wild. You want me to spend the rest of my life with you?
No, I just want to figure out if we're going steady.
Cool. 120 days.
Like, are you still fucking other people after 90 days?
I feel like in order to earn that right, that's a right. That's a right. For both sides. Say, hey, I'm going to be exclusively dealing with you. You're going to get all my time. That's a right on both sides.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Give me 120 days to make that decision.
I feel like 90 days. You got 90 days to make that decision.
Say no 90-day fiance bullshit.
Then that's why it's called 90-day fiance, because it gives you 90 days to figure out, do you want them to at least be your fiance? I understand marriage takes a lot longer. I completely understand that. I still say 3 years. After 3 years, I'm going to leave my biases. But I feel like 90 days, you should have an idea of, do I want this to, and I'm not saying that it has to be solidified, but you should have a rough idea.
I have an idea. By 90 days, I have my own idea. I'm not necessarily, I will maybe or maybe not share it with you. For me personally, typically, I'd want to give it a little bit more time.
This man asked me to marry him at 90 days.
Right. But what I'm saying is because it was clear as hell.
It was clear.
If it's not that, I'm saying if it's not that, then give me some time. It's either that or give me some time.
It was 3 weeks with an I love you.
Exactly.
It was 3 months with an engagement. We're at 3 years. We're getting married.
Right. But prior to you, I would take my time. I'll take my time. But I would be invested, though. I'm going to give you, you know, a good amount of me. I'm not going to give you everything, but I'm going to give you a good amount of me if I like you like that. So I just feel like if both sides if men could be more real about their intentions, fellas, you know, if you're not ready to do this for real, you not feeling her like that, don't string her along. That's not fair.
Yeah, let her
That's
go.
Not nice. That's not nice. But if you know there's something there, you want to see what it is, don't feel pressure to, I gotta cut all the other women off in my life and I gotta have her be over 3 times, 4 times a week. None of that. Get a key to my crib. None of that. That's not okay either. And I feel like women be like, all right, well, we've been fucking for a couple months now. I need you to cut off all these chicks. You know, we should be spending more time. Where we going with this? That is not cool either. Pump your brakes. That's all I'm saying.
You need 120 days to do that?
Not necessarily 120 days. I'm saying allow for
that's
the max.
Space.
Yeah, that's the max. I think after 120 days, you should know it. But give it at least that for the ones who need a little more time. That's really my point.
I don't need full commitment after 90 days, but I need you to have let go of whoever else you're messing with after 90 days.
But if you still want to be in an open relationship?
That's different. But like, even with us, we wanted to be in an open relationship, but we cut whoever off.
I'm talking about whoever's been around. Yeah, I like the clean slate. I didn't like the lingering shit.
You gotta get rid of that. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I don't think you can truly, me personally, my opinion, I don't think you can truly start something real and new with someone when they have real ties to other people.
Like starting out. Yeah.
Starting out.
You got to get rid of that.
Yeah, they already had a whole lot of history here.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the 90 days. It's like, get rid of that. Like, even if you're just still wondering in your mind if you want to go steady. I don't know why I keep saying that like we're in the 50s. If you want to go steady and, you know, you want me to be your girlfriend, you want to go that far, I understand if you don't want to make that step at 90 days. But there should not be somebody else texting you nonstop, talking about some good morning, daddy, at that 90-day mark. What are we talking about? You
should have it figured out by then.
Yeah.
You should have that part figured out.
I'm glad we came to this consensus. Let's move on.